He said good morning. Hey, I'm back out here. Just want to kind of give you guys an update on, I'm looking at this hawk. It's a big hawk that just it got real close. And then I came outside and it went away. I think he want my chickens, but he's going away now. I do want to just show some of the progress that was made a couple of days ago. So we know we already planted this bed. We got that one planted. We got that one planted. We got this one halfway planted. Started some carrots. I might need to go ahead and make sure I water that real good. Well, I don't know. We had it was only about an inch of rain yesterday. I really thought we was going to get more. But the other day, so when I was doing my sprinkler system, let me tell you what I did. I finally got it working where at least two of them would give enough pressure at the same time. So I turned on one, went and did some things. Then I came out here, turned on the other one, turned off that first set, and went in the house, cooked dinner, did stuff with the kids, went to go lay down. My daughter said something that reminded me that I had turned on the sprinkler. The sprinkler system was on for like 4 hours. So the garden got drenched. I came out here and it was like a swamp. I mean, it was probably about 2 inches of water deep on top of these this weed fabric. So my plan with this weed fabric is tripping over things. My plan with this weed fabric is to put those wood chips, I've been saying this for months, in between the garden beds. I also want to spread them all back here because I want to have them break down so that by the time it's time to plant next spring, that grass or that yard area will be available for in-ground for me to do either Ruth Stout or back to Eden gardening. That is something that I want to try next year for this whole area in the back. I don't know if I want to keep investing in garden. I love my raised garden beds. I love these. They're so pretty. They make the garden look really nice and organized, which is something that I love. However, they are expensive. They're expensive to purchase. They're expensive to build now that material has just gone up. And then they're expensive to fill. And I was talking to someone, or I was watching a video, I can't remember. We were talking about how, God created the earth so that it could pretty much survive without us, and things grow without us. Like if I was to come out here and just throw some seeds in the ground, some of them might not make it, but a majority of them will. And that is because if we leave nature alone, nature will take care of itself. So one of the things that I learned in some research that I've done recently is that when you start tilling the ground and disturbing the dirt, you actually start killing some of the live organisms that are in there. When you don't cover the ground, which is why we mulch, you can kill the live organisms in your soil. And so one thing that I'm going to do better at this year is mulching my garden. So you see this now, there's no mulch. I am going to be doing that. If not this weekend, I may or may not do it this weekend because I got so much going on this weekend already. But I do plan on getting some mulch. I have done these back here already. And I just mulched with some pine chips, pine shavings that I use for bedding. I'm going to get some more straw, and I'll probably mulch with straw for the majority of everything else. But I will be mulching all of the beds this year. I said I'm going to do that. The other thing that I want to do more of. So back here is where I started this roof stout method. I put some sprouted potatoes in, and then these are some sweet potato slips, and then I got to do that area right there with some more potatoes. I'm deciding if I'm going to do more sweet potatoes or if I'm going to do more of the Yukon Gold potatoes that I have, because I have a lot of those that sprouted. But I want to see some greenery from that area first before I waste time and effort and soil on that. I pulled up that big head of red cabbage that was right there. And now I got a big space right here. So I thought about moving some things around. This was really like the first bed that I kind of threw together. And so that's why spacing is bad. This one, I dropped the phone, y'all. I'm just so clumsy today. And this one as well. The spacing is pretty bad. I am going to go ahead and run some fertilizer through here. Probably not today. Maybe tomorrow. On my lunch break, because I do have to work tomorrow. But everything is just looking so beautiful. I'm so excited about this year's garden. Yeah, so that's it for as far as the update is concerned. So I was able to lay the weave fabric down. And hopefully by the time, I ain't even gonna lie to y'all like that, it is not gonna be mulched. And this is not going to be covered by the time I do my next video, because I want to get some more content out. So I'm probably not going to have that finished, but you'll maybe be able to see something. I do want to show y'all something. So I made a mistake when I was planting these tomatoes. I have 2 bush varieties that I didn't know I had. And so I wanted to put them in a bed, but not take up trellis space. So what I did was, here is the tomato trellis. These are tomatoes that climb. They are indeterminate. These are the determinate tomatoes. So this plant here, I realized I took off, I decapitated it basically. And this is not going to grow any tomatoes. There was a long stem that came from right here and grew up, and I don't know how I did it, but I did. So I still planted it because I said, well, maybe something will happen. And a sucker that would have grown in between where that stem is and this is coming up right here. So I wanted to make note of that, because in future videos, I'm going to keep looking at this plant, and if it actually produces well, I wanted to have documentation that it started almost completely decapitated. This is just like some rogue greenery that I left so that it can soak up some sun and possibly grow. But this is what I don't know if you can see that. It's so very small. This is what I'm keeping my eye on. That little sucker that's growing up and hopefully going to provide us lots of tomatoes. These, I'm not exactly sure. I didn't have enough space on this trellis to plant all of these when I planted these. And this bed was filled a little weird. I have to go back and put some more soil in there, but I'm gonna explain to you what I'm doing here as well. So I don't know if you can see how that looks. What I'm gonna end up doing is, as these grow up, these are indeterminate. As these grow up, I am going to fill some more soil in over here and take off more leaves on the bottom. And that's actually going to strengthen the root system as well. But I do want to fill this up because it's not filled very much, and it kind of shades. And I just also don't like how low it is as far as how it looks. So, but I wanted to plant these. So as these get taller, and once I start putting them on the actual trellis, like hooking them to the trellis, I'm going to take all the bottom leaves off, and I'm going to put more soil to about right here. That's the plan. Plans change. I'm not sure if I'm going to do that. Maybe I'll just wait till next year to fill the beds up more. We'll just play that by ear. But that is what's going on in the garden. Disregard all these hoses. I pulled every hose I had out trying to find good pressure, the good length, all of that. And I have to clean it up. I was out here until it was dark. So I just kind of left everything where it was. But that's okay, you know. I want to be real about my experience and not, you know, make everything look so perfect, because that's just not real life. But thank you for checking in with us again. I'm not even going to edit this. I'm just going to upload it with me falling, dropping the camera, everything, and just see how that goes. But until next time, people, be blessed.